that what they're supposed to do there?
Hi. Welcome to another episode of the Best Dog Podcast.
Episode 5.
I'm Amy.
I'm Rich.
And this is Huey. Huey likes his busy bone. He is a 10-year-old pug, and I don't know how much of him you can see, but he is quite large for his breed.
He wants to run away with that ball.
His doctor actually just put him on a diet.
It's okay, buddy.
And he lost about 9 pounds in about 2 months' time, I think. We went from, he had actually lost quite a bit of his teeth, so we changed from his regular crunchy kibble to the Purina packets, but the vet said he was getting too many calories, so we now are on a Purina canned food, and he's managed to lose some weight. So Huey has some teeth problems and some breathing issues, but the doctor thinks that most of that is his weight that's causing the breathing problems. In order to get his teeth cleaned, he has to lose the weight so that he can make it through anesthesia.
You don't want to be on camera,
So
do you,
we've been working on him quite a bit.
He's
So,
shedding. Holy cow.
yes, he sheds like crazy.
I didn't realize he was shedding quite so
Yes.
bad. So he was the dog that started everything. I was doing a radio show called Region Radio with my partner Lee Couch in Valparaiso in 2011, I believe it was.
I think so.
And a girl had posted on Facebook that she had this pug that she wasn't able to keep, and if anybody wanted him to let her know. And I was like, you know what? My wife was just talking about wanting a dog like that. So I commented, hey, we'll take him. He was 2 years old at the time, and they were calling him Harley. And any dog could probably, or any pug could probably be called Harley, because if you had a pug or been around a pug, when they sleep, breathe, or just exist, they kind of have this low, kind of like a Harley exhaust does. So I think that's why they called him Harley, but we changed it to Huey. But he goes by more names than any dog in the house, because he goes by Huey, Boobers, Boo Boo, Pugapillar, because he's just a little yellow ball of fur, and his little bitty head, as you can see, barely sticks out.
Yes.
But it's funny because when the wife goes off the back porch and she's calling in the dogs, you'll hear her yell for Mama, Ivy, Ernie, Daddy, and then she'll yell, Boobs! And I'm sure that the neighbors cannot figure out why my wife might have Tourette's. But
that started because I when we got him, I started calling him Boo. And
Booby-doo.
Rich said, if you're not going to date the dog, don't call him Boo. So I started calling him Boo Boo. And then Boo Boo eventually ended up going to Boobs. And so, yeah, I yell Boobs out the back door quite often.
So, but he is the dog that started all. He is, how old did you say he was?
10.
10? I thought he was older than that. But
Nope.
So he is our dog of the week. If you would like your dog to be dog of the week, all you have to do is email us at thebestdogpodcast@gmail.com. I believe we've got some pictures that producer Alex is going to put up on the screen. Do we have some? Oh, look at that baby Boo Boo.
I call that Boobs Gone Fishing. He caught a rainbow trout.
Skinny back then. Oh my goodness.
I know.
He actually had a head. He doesn't look like the big old fat Pugapillar that he does now.
Oh, there's a Pugapillar picture too.
Is there?
Yes. There's our Pugapillar.
That's the Pugapillar. See, he has no neck and his head barely sticks off of his body. Wow, that was 9 pounds ago.
He's gotten quite large.
He's lost weight since that picture.
No,
though.
this was actually like 2 days ago I took that
was
picture.
It? Oh,
yes.
yeah, we got more work to do.
Yep, he's still got weight to lose.
So if you're listening to this on Spotify, iTunes, or whatever, this is a YouTube show. You can go to YouTube and see the pictures that we post up. Also, we're going to be playing a new game later today called Shepherdy. It's basically a ripoff of Jeopardy. Amy and I are going to compete against each other and whatever questions Alex has come up with. And yeah, so that's coming up just a little bit. But I think right now we're going to play everybody's favorite. I heard from my friend Mitch, who lives in California. He told me last week that Doggone Liar was his favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
And everybody else seems to really like this. So if you are watching right now live and you comment in the comments, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, Alex may allow your comment to be on the screen to help us out. He may not, but I told him he should. If we get more than one comment, or if people are discussing it, we want to see what people's thoughts are to kind of help us with our thought process. So, with that being said, Alex?
On this segment, Doggone Liar, I have 3 statements for Rich and Amy, 2 of which are true and another that is a lie. I'm going to give them these statements, and they need to guess which one is the lie. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Have you figured this game out yet? Every week you ask, is it 2 true? What? How many? 2 true.
One
we need
lie.
to figure out which one is the lie.
Yes, I got it.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully I could get you guys for once.
Because I am the reigning champ so far.
No, we are both 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
think you guys are tied,
thought
yeah.
that's right.
He has never won yet.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Your first statement. The oldest living dog was a Pomeranian who grew to be 26 years old.
I hope he's not doing the whole change the breed of the dog thing, because that's where these questions are going to suck, because we'll never be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
Okay. I could possibly see that unless he changed the breed of the dog. But all right, so that's number 1. What's number 2?
The smallest recorded animal in the world is a frog species that is only 7.7 millimeters, or maybe it was meters.
No, it'd have
Millimeters?
to be
Yeah, it'd be
millimeters.
millimeters.
Millimeters?
Millimeters from snout to vent, which I'm guessing that's like a full body length.
Okay, so 7 millimeters is not very long. That's 7 little
Yeah.
hash marks. Is an ant bigger? Or
A
I mean,
frog.
Oh.
Okay, I get what you guys are saying. Never mind. I thought you were
if
saying
an ant is smaller than 7 millimeters, a frog. Did you say animal or mammal?
animal.
Well, frogs aren't mammals anyway. So
Right. They're amphibians, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Or
But is an insect not considered an animal? He said animal.
I don't know, because I was thinking that too. And is a nose on a frog called a snout?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, what's number 3?
number 3 is that I know we had a discussion on what groups of animals are called. We didn't know which the snake was a slither or whatever.
Oh. Okay, well
So-
that's off topic. So let's clue everybody in. I listened to a podcast called the Spitballers Podcast, and on that podcast, they had said that a group of snakes. No, I'm sorry. It was a group of what are the sloths is called a slither, or no, a
Yes.
snuggle.
Right.
A group of porcupines is called a prickle, and a group of snakes is called a slither. One of those is a lie.
Well, at first it was a wiggle, wasn't it?
Or a wiggle, not
Yeah.
a
Yeah, it
sniz.
was a
yeah, it's a
wiggle.
wiggle, whatever it was. So, and that was the lie. So, a group of sloths was called a snuggle, and a group of porcupines is called a prickle. That just seemed really strange. So that's what producer Alex is referring to. Is we had a conversation about that podcast. So go ahead. What do you got?
All right. So this statement is that a group of pandas is called an embarrassment.
Oh, that could be the lie. Embarrassment. That sounds like something we'd make up for the show.
Honestly, I am going to go with number 1 being a lie.
The frog.
Because no Pomeranian.
oh, yeah.
Pomeranians have a smashed in nose like bulldogs do, and bulldogs have breathing problems. So I don't know if it would last 20. I don't mean to say that it would last 26 years, but I don't think it would
Only
live
one
to be
had to do it.
26 years.
My thing is I don't think
Well, you
Pomeranians
need
have
to be
this
quiet.
Yeah, you gotta
gave
stay
it
out
away
of it.
last week. Yeah. All right. So do we have anybody watching live that has commented?
Not on this, no.
So nobody wants to help us out. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Good grief. If
Okay.
you want to know when we go live, you want to make sure you join our Facebook page, The Best Dog Podcast, because I'll post in there when we're going to go live. That way you guys know to jump on here and help us with the game shows and things like that. Or the best way to do it, and which helps us and it helps you, is to go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, but you got to hit that little bell next to it, and it'll drop down a menu, and it'll say get notifications. That way, when we go live, you'll get pinged or alerted, and then that way you can jump in and play these games with us. So make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe, but hit the bell and get notifications. That way you know when we go live. All right, so number 1, 26-year-old Pomeranian. Number
Yeah.
2, 7-millimeter frog is the smallest animal.
Yep.
Okay. And number 3
Is
was a group of pandas is called an embarrassment. Boy, that just
that
don't
does sound phony,
right.
but
Oh God. This week is just plain hard. There's really nothing for us to grab
yeah.
thoughts at.
I'm trying to get a point this time.
Apparently. See, we haven't played this enough to really know how he's doing this.
Right.
Is an insect not an animal? Because if that's the angle that he's going with, I could see that being true.
Do you ever see insects at the zoo?
Yeah, when they're feeding the snake. Or the frog that's 7 millimeters. They have the tiniest gnats. They feed those guys gnats. What does the 7-millimeter frog eat?
I don't know, but it does live in the...
That's true. I got him. He's giving me... He wouldn't know that. If that was a lie, he wouldn't know that.
The frog in question.
No, too late. All right, so that one's true. We got one down.
Maybe.
All right, frog's true. I think he changed the breed. I really think
I'm going
he
to
tried
stick
be
with my
slick.
original answer as number 1 is false.
I think he changed the breed on us. I think that's what he did. I'm going with number 1 as well.
So you guys both think a group of pandas is called an embarrassment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm embarrassed
He
to
made
say
that
it,
up.
but yes.
If he made that up.
All right. Final answers.
Yeah, number 1.
Yes.
Both of you guys got me.
So what is the number 1 is the false answer?
Oh, we did get 2 comments just now if you guys want to see their input.
Okay.
I can't. We already got
Okay.
their final answers and
So
the results.
Amy thought it was the pandas. What did everybody else think? What's the other one?
Joe Dexter, I think he's talking about the panda embarrassment here. He thinks it's probably
All I know is
accurate.
if it sounds phony, it's probably accurate. Yeah, 'cause that's what we
That's
said about the
true.
pandas.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so number 1 was the wrong answer. That was the
It
lie.
was,
We
yeah.
got it. Did you just change the breed?
I changed a few of the details.
Oh.
So
Okay.
the Australian cattle dog is the oldest to have ever lived, and it lived to be 29 years old. The reason I chose a Pomeranian and 26 is because Pomeranians are one of the oldest living dogs, and they
Really?
live from 10 to 16 years.
Wow.
So I was thinking maybe they'll think it's realistic because apparently Pomeranians can live pretty long. So that's where I was trying to throw you guys off with that.
Okay.
The world's smallest recorded animal in the world is this frog species. It has a really crazy name, and they didn't give me any reasonable way to pronounce this, so I don't want to try to butcher it, but it is a microhylid frog is what they categorize it as.
Okay.
And for further notice, I guess an insect would be an animal. What else would an insect be?
Well, you think an ant is longer than 7 millimeters? They're not that big. So you mean to tell me this frog is smaller than an ant?
I don't know. I've never measured an ant, but apparently, because
Well, I guess they are kind of long. The black, but like the
But
little red
ants,
ones.
they're all different sizes.
Yeah, they're all different sizes. I don't think an insect is
Yeah.
considered an animal. I think
I
I
don't
got
know.
that right. I think that's where I was going with that. So,
it just seems weird for me for an insect to not be considered an animal, but it
well,
just be categorized as an insect. Seems
yeah,
like it's a
I don't think an
Yeah.
insect is
subcategory
an
of
animal.
animal.
Right. Well,
We
I
need
have
smarter
never.
friends so they can help us out in the comments. Because man, we almost took it on the chin this week. Because
I don't think I've ever seen like an ant farm at the zoo. They have the little reptile house. They've got the bird house. They've got spiders, but I've never seen ants.
yeah, well, I don't know. It seems like I've seen them somewhere, but I don't know where it would be. All right, so number 3 was definitely just a true. They're called an
Yeah,
embarrassment.
they're just called an embarrassment. I found a list of those groups of animals that have
Oh.
weird names. I don't really remember many of them because it was a few days ago that I was looking this up, but a panda as an embarrassment, it's not a pun for bear.
I didn't
I
know.
think it's because pandas are they're dumb animals. They do a lot of not to be mean to them, but yeah, they do a lot of they fall and apparently they have kind of a high death rate because
Oh my
they
gosh.
tend to climb really high on trees and fall. because they just don't care, or I don't know.
So
They're like
basically,
sloths.
it's me if I was a bear. I would fall out of the tree.
So yeah, I think they're called embarrassment just because of the little antics they tend to pull. So
I'll be darned.
Interesting.
All right, so our next segment is something that you came up with this
Yes.
week. We were talking last week after the show what we were going to do this week, and I just happened to look up some holidays. And July was National Pet Recovery Month or something?
Well, June actually is National Microchip Your Animal Month. And then that's basically in preparation of July being National Lost Pet Prevention Month. So I did some research and come to find out, which you had mentioned this last week, that more dogs are lost during the 4th of July holiday than any other time of year.
Because they run away because of the fireworks?
That's not the only reason.
Okay.
If you think about it, during the 4th of July festivities, people are having picnics. There's a lot of people coming in and out of their house, which they could leave the door open.
Okay.
There is, having a party in your backyard. Somebody might leave the gate open and your dog gets out. But if you're lighting off fireworks and you've got all these people over and the dog is frightened, the dog is going to look for a place to go because he doesn't understand what is going on.
Okay.
So the dog is looking to seek basically shelter, and if you've left the gate open, the dog may take off that way
I have
too.
no dogs that jump fences or dig under fences, and
yeah.
the dog will find a way to get away if it feels it needs to.
Yeah. So that was the main reason. But yes, during the 4th of July weekend, that is the time of year when more dogs go missing than any other time of the year.
Okay, so if your dog goes missing, how do you get it back?
Well, first we're going to talk about things to do to prevent that.
Okay.
So I did some research, and as we know, during June is National Microchipping Month. I called around to some vets, and some vets are doing it cheaper because it is National Microchipping Month and the preparation for dogs to get lost.
Okay.
So there is microchipping, and Alex has a picture. This was what I found very interesting, is a microchip is about the size of a large piece of rice.
Okay.
And the way that it's done
Looks
is,
like Toodoo's.
yeah, just like a vaccine, it is injected between the shoulder blades, like at the base of their neck, and it's done, with just a syringe, but the needle is a little bit larger than a regular vaccine.
Okay.
They don't numb the dog doesn't feel it, and it's done very quick. Some vets' offices are doing no appointments necessary nowadays, so you can just walk in and have it done just like they're getting their vaccine done. And the cost of it ranges like $30 to $70, depending on where you go, where you live.
Okay, so what does the microchip do? Like, is it like a name tag where it has the owner's phone number?
Well, that's some of the stuff I found out. I didn't know this either. So the way that it works is they inject that into the dog, and then they scan it with there's a machine that they scan them with.
Okay.
And the chip is registered to you through the manufacturer. So once you get your dog microchipped, you have to go on their website and put in all your private information.
Oh.
Okay. So you're going to put in your name, your phone number, your address, and then you also have to list emergency contacts in case they can't get in touch with you. Someone else in your family can reach out to you once they get in touch with them.
Okay.
So the microchipping, the only downfall to it that I have seen is that if you move or change your phone number, you have to remember to update that information.
Okay.
Because if they can't reach you, that's, there's a problem. So
Gotcha.
that's how that is done. And like I said, it ranged from like $30 to $70. The one vet's office said it's normally about $50, and they were doing it for $30 during the month of June.
That's
so
not bad.
yeah.
$30. I mean, most people will spend that on like a collar or an ID tag, which is a good idea, but collars come off.
Right. Yep. We're
tags
going to
go
talk about those
missing.
too.
Okay.
So the microchipping, a lot of people think that it is a GPS tracking
device?
type thing, and it's not. You can't find out where your dog is by having the microchipped. The dog has to be found and then brought to a facility where they can scan it, being a shelter or a vet's office or something like that.
I wonder why they can't do that with the microchip nowadays.
You would think
Maybe
they
because
could,
it has to
but-
have some sort of battery or something?
Right.
Okay.
The AK, there's a company called AKC Reunite.
Okay.
And if your dog gets lost, these people are on call 24/7. And once they are contacted that the dog has been found, then they reach out to you and help you, get to where your dog is. But they also, you can contact them and let them know that your dog is lost, and they will, keep an eye out and let other establishments know to be watching for your dog.
Okay.
So one of the other things that you can do, which you just mentioned, was dog tags, ID tags.
Okay.
Those are a permanent ID, and if you put your name, most people put the dog's name on the front.
And a phone number.
And then on the back side, you would put your name, your phone number. Some people put their address.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, the dog tags could fall off or the collar breaks. A lot of times when a dog gets loose, it's on a tie out in the backyard or whatever, and the collar snaps and they're off and running down the road. So therefore, they wouldn't have the ID tags anymore. But if you put your address on the back of that ID and a person finds the dog and says, "Come on, puppy, get in the car," if that dog bites them, you're still liable for your dog biting them.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was, they say, when you order them, which I found those online fairly cheap, which I think we're going to start doing
Couple
that.
dollars,
yeah.
right?
They range from $5 to $25 depending on the style that you get. So, there's all different sizes, different colors, all that kind of stuff. And, so if you get those, you want to make sure that you put your name and phone number, and then that way they can contact you that way. And you go and get your dog.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other thing, which I didn't ever think of this, but your rabies tag can be a way of getting your dog back.
What do you mean?
When you get your dog his rabies vaccine, they give you the tag, which I have never, I don't know why, but I have never put them on our dogs. I just keep it. So, if I ever have a problem, I can show, he's got his rabies vaccine. I have the tag. But if you put the rabies tag on your dog and your dog gets lost, they can call, if you're on the front of the tag, if it says the city or the vet's office in which you get your rabies tags done at, they can call that vet and say, this is the number, the serial number, because it has a serial number on it. So they can call the vet's office or even call the town and say, this is the serial number, and then they can track the dog back to the vet's office, and then the vet can contact you.
Okay.
I never thought of a rabies tag being a way of an ID, but yeah, if it has the city or the name of the vet's office or something like that on the tag, it can be used for that as well.
It's too bad that dogs don't have cell phones, because we could just do the Find My Phone,
right,
and track the dog and GPS pinpoint where the dog's at.
Well, that brings me to the last idea that I found is actually a GPS tracker. And it's
like a collar?
No, well, kind of. You would put it on your collar.
Okay.
But it's usually square. You can get them round, but it's called Cube Tracker.
Okay.
And when they first came out with them, apparently a lot of people were using them like on their keychain or something. If they couldn't find their keys in their house, they could use their phone, get on the app, and find it in their house. So then people started putting them on their dogs, and now they are available on pet shopping sites like Chewy and stuff like that, or you could probably get them on Amazon.
So
and
it's
stuff.
like an app. You go on the app and you can locate
Yep.
where the...
Yeah, so it's called Cube Tracker.
Wow.
And then you would get the Cube Tracker app on your phone, and there's a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
See how it has the hole at the top? You can just put that on your dog's collar.
Okay.
And it hooks up to your phone, and if your dog is lost, you can track your dog down and find him.
Is there a way to put it on the dog that's not on the collar? Like, would it be a secondary collar? Because, like you said, if they go under the fence or their collar breaks or something like that, the tracker's gone.
Right. Yeah, that was the other downfall of that, is that it would be lost too. But yeah, you could do two collars, because I know some people do like a I don't want to say a choker, but there's the chain collars and a regular collar to have their ID tags on. So yeah, that's a possibility too.
Okay.
So, and those run roughly $25.
That's it?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
That's it. Mm-hmm. So then I also did some research as to what to do if your dog does get lost.
Okay.
So, and there are a lot of things that you can do, and which I'm sure you've all noticed recently. One of the things that people are doing now is social media. The first thing they do is go on social media and say, my dog is lost, please, let me know if you find him.
Yep.
Other people are posting that they found a lost dog. So that was one of the things that they say is that you could, of course, go on social media. Make sure that you have pictures of your dog. So if it is
Nowadays,
lost and you
who
put 'em
doesn't
on,
have pictures of
right?
their dog?
Yes. So you can go on social media. Make sure you post pictures on social media that they're lost. Also, if you're going to start driving up and down your street looking for them, make sure everybody who's involved in looking has a picture of the dog on their phone, has their phone with them. So, if it's 3 blocks away and Bobby calls and says, hey, I got the dog, if he's got this phone, then somebody could drive over and get the dog, make it a little easier in that way.
Okay.
Also, you can print out pictures, of course, make little flyers or whatever, put them in grocery stores, gas stations, at the shelters, which brings me to calling the shelters, making sure that they haven't found him or that they'll be on the lookout for him. Of course, if your dog is microchipped, they would use that scanner machine. Alex, do you have a picture of the scanner? So this is what they use to find the microchip in the dog. Okay. And apparently when a dog shows up at the shelter, they run that across the dog anyway to see if he's microchipped. So you could call the shelters and they would be watching for him. If they do find them, they would then, this is how this part of it works. If the dog is found and has a microchip, they scan it. It gives them a phone number to call with the serial number of the microchip. They call the manufacturer, and then the manufacturer gets your private information, and then they know who to call. Then they know who to call to tell you to come and get the dog.
Why wouldn't the chip just give the...
I was thinking the same thing. I know you're going to say, your private information.
Just your phone number,
right.
At least.
That's what I thought too, but that's the way it's done. It is like basically going through a third party to get the information of who to call.
Well, I guess if somebody stole a dog and then they scanned the chip, they could steal your name, address, phone number, whatever. I guess. Yes. So that might be the protection. That might be why.
Right. And so when you have your dog microchipped, it is not proof of ownership, because anybody could find a dog and then go and get it microchipped and put their own private information on there.
Okay.
So a microchip as ownership, if somebody were to steal your dog, doesn't hold up in court. I wasn't aware of that.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that I mentioned all of them. There was post pictures, go on social media, call your local shelters. Don't forget, especially over the holiday weekend or the holiday. I don't know if the 4th of July falls during the week or not, but shelters and stuff like that, the Humane Society, whatever, most of them are closed on 4th of July and the weekends. So if your dog gets lost during one of those days when they're closed, don't give up. Make sure that you call them on Monday if you haven't found the dog in the meantime.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so hopefully we've got some people watching, and they're going to play this new or next game with us. This is called Shepherdy. And, yeah, we'll see what happens here. There we go.
All right, so there we go. You guys are familiar with the game Jeopardy. I have 4 categories. Each of these has 4 different questions that these guys need to answer right.
Okay.
We'll see if Amy or Rich will win at the game of Shepherdy.
We'll let your mom go first.
All right. You guys ready to see the categories?
Ready.
Here they are. TV shows by dog character.
Okay, so a TV show with a dog character in it?
Yeah. So what this is the question's going to say a dog character in the show. You guys have to answer in the form of the question.
Okay.
Say what show it is.
Okay.
Presidential dogs. So this one...
I gave him that idea, and I did not bother to do any research. That was stupid of me.
Well, I'm glad. It would have been a little bit unfair since Mom didn't know, but... So, yeah. You guys can infer what this one is. You're going to have to answer in the form of question again, and there's going to be a president you have to find out.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm going to suck at that one.
Me
Historic hounds.
Oh, I thought that said sounds. I was like...
This one is anything history-wise, records, historical events, anything about the dogs.
Okay.
And then your last one is Paw-Pourri.
Oh, no.
Anything.
That could be anything.
Wild, yep. All right, ready?
Yeah.
That'll probably be a running category every week, because that's a good category.
Okay. don't know if I've ever actually watched a whole Jeopardy show. So
I actually had
we'll
to watch
see.
one to study for how the game worked. So
Really?
yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do TV shows by dog character for 100. Alex Trebark.
Now,
Okay.
before you light that up, we say our name is our buzzer because we don't have a buzzer. So whoever says their name
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
okay.
So whoever I hear first will be the one who goes.
Okay.
All right.
Rich.
Yep.
What is Family Guy?
There, 100 points for Rich.
Yeah, show
now
I don't
control
watch.
the board.
Yep.
Okay. Let's just do TV shows by dogs 200.
TV shows by dog.
Now, is there daily doubles and stuff?
Oh, sorry.
Blue's Clues. Oops.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You gotta say your name first.
Amy.
Okay. Amy.
It's Blue's Clues.
That one actually threw me for a loop. I was like,
Yeah.
Blue?
Yeah.
There's no show with a dog named Blue. Me and you and a dog named
Oh,
Blue.
what?
And I'm like, that's a song. And I'm like,
Hold on a
yeah,
second.
totally got lost. So, okay. So
If you can
before
give
we
those
go any
points to
further, are there double whatever?
No, there are not daily doubles.
No?
Okay.
Ooh. So no chance to catch up if you fall behind. You have control of the board.
Oh, yes. Okay. Let's do...
No comments coming in?
Joe Dexter said nice about
Oh.
probably about the Shepherdy pun or something.
Okay.
Let's do Potpourri for 100, Alex.
Potpourri for 100. All right. Anne Hathaway's dog, Kenobi, shares a name with what character from famous science fiction franchise?
Rich.
Yep.
What is Star Wars?
Yep.
I never was a Star Wars guy, so I had to think. I'm thinking, wait, that's got to be Star Wars.
All right, Rich.
Let's do. God, he's good at this. Those are good questions. Let's go ahead and do TV shows by dog character for 400.
400. All right.
Ooh.
Santa's Little Helper.
Rich.
Yep.
That would be The Simpsons.
Yep.
Yeah. Woo, woo.
Did you do any, like, chick kind of shows?
No. What chick shows have What chick shows have? Sorry, I forgot to give you the 100 points for Potpourri.
Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't automatically do it.
It does, but if I forget to click, then I.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All
I
right,
still control the
let's
board.
go ahead and just finish out the category TV show dogs bar for 300.
Okay. Astro.
Oh,
Amy.
Yep.
damn it.
The Jetsons.
Yep. There you go.
What is the Jetsons?
Oh yeah. Answer in the form of a question, please.
Yeah.
What are the
That's
Jetsons?
the second time now. You need to relax. I'm not going to let that happen. I got a good lead. I'll give you a
All
little
right.
bit of leeway. You got to control the board.
Okay, let's do Potpourri for 200.
Potpourri for 200. The region of Russia and northern Asia is the place of origin for what husky breed?
Amy?
Yep.
Alaskan Husky? No.
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 Shit.
That is
Shoot.
incorrect.
Sorry.
Okay, can I answer it or do I
Yeah.
got What is Siberian Husky?
Yep.
I think I mouthed it too, and I was
just-
like, no.
It's the only Husky I could think of. All right, let's go presidential dogs for 400.
Presidential dogs for 400.
Yeah, see if I can knock all the big ones off so she can't
Wow.
catch up.
This presidential
Whoa.
dog, named after King Tut, was living in the office during the Great Depression.
The Great Depression. Okay. What president was in there at that time? Oh, grief. Nobody wants to help us?
I don't know his name. I'm thinking it's not there.
I don't know if there's a timer. It should have probably went off. by
No,
now, but
I don't think there
I
is.
saw a clock in the upper right-hand corner. I didn't know if that's what that was.
Oh, yeah, maybe I could click that.
Um,
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I think. Bang. I don't
Bang.
want to lose the points, so I don't want to answer it.
I thought it was the guy that was.
Oh, I still lose the points even though. Oh, that sucks.
Hoover. Is that the guy that wasn't the one in the wheelchair?
No.
No,
guy with
that
the cane
was
or whatever.
one of the Roosevelts.
That's right.
So I lost the points even though
I was wrong anyway.
Oh, that stinks. Okay, new strategy.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that's how it
How
works on
often
the
are we
show.
playing this one?
No, this one's fun. This one's
For
fun.
you.
Do I still have control of the board then, though? So
I would say, yeah, you probably do.
okay. Oof. Okay. Let's do Potpourri for. Oof. Let's do historic hounds for 100. I'm not.
Historic hounds
yeah,
for
I'm not.
100. This historic hound, who served in the army during World War II, shares a name with the British word for French fries.
What? Okay, Rich.
Yep.
Amy.
I got you.
Yep.
I got it in there first. The British word for French fries is chips. So
That is
chip.
correct.
Okay. That's the only way I knew it. I don't know what that dog is.
How do you know that?
Fish and chips.
Oh,
You
yeah.
never heard
Duh.
that?
Yeah.
That they say chips instead of French fries.
I was going to say Spuds.
If it wasn't for that part of the clue, I would have never got it. Yeah, see, now if he would have done dogs in commercials, that'd have been all
Yes.
Spuds McKenzie,
Right.
Yo Caro Taco Bell. What is his name anyway? Does he have a name?
I don't know.
All right.
He does, but I can't remember what it is.
I don't know. Yeah, anyway.
Carlos.
All right, so, good grief. Hey, I didn't give me no points. I still got 800. I just got 100 for the historic house.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Let's do presidential dogs for 200.
Presidential dogs for 200. The most pets to be owned by this 26th president include dogs Jack, Rollo, and Skip.
26th. Oof.
And he had the most pets of all time.
I'm thinking that had to be in the 70s. Well, if I'm going to lose the points anyway, I might as well take a guess. Unless you want to jump in and steal it. Let's go with Eisenhower. I have no idea. Dang.
Nixon.
Oof.
Roosevelt.
Yep.
I wasn't early enough. I didn't
Apparently,
think I was.
he had so many exotic animals and stuff.
Really?
I didn't
Well,
know.
yeah, but he was also a hunter too, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He used
he
a lot
was,
of dogs
yeah.
for hunting. That's
So.
that's who I should have went with.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess let's go with presidential dogs for 100. Let's see if I can get some back before
All
I
right.
lose all my points here.
This presidential dog, Fido, would stay at his owner's previous home in Springfield,
Rich.
Illinois. Yep.
Think that's the right time frame. Would that be Abraham Lincoln?
Answer in the form of a question.
Who is Abraham Lincoln?
He just said,
Yes.
would that be Abraham Lincoln? That is the
It was a
question.
question.
That is in the form of a
It
question.
wasn't the way it was supposed to be, though.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep, it was Abe Lincoln.
Yep,
And
Rich is just
apparently,
going to steal this game.
I guess Fido is an iconic dog name because of Abraham Lincoln.
I'm not sure if you're supposed to lose the points if you don't answer. I thought it just went blunt blunt and nobody got anything, because the strategy of the game would be completely different, because your mom would be able to just sit there and not say a word and let me lose the rest of these categories,
Yeah.
and she'd win by default. So we'll go ahead and keep going the way we're going now, but I'm pretty sure if nobody answers, nobody loses anything. I think you only lose if you get it wrong. Let's go historic hounds for 200. Because you'll never take control of the board because you'll never answer.
Yeah, I would never go on Jeopardy.
This
because I
dog
hate
character
the
from
history
the
stuff.
first movie to be filmed in color was paid
Rich.
100. Yes.
That would be Toto from The Wizard of Oz. Or what is Toto? Who is Toto from The Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
See, I could have answered that one
Well, then why didn't you?
because I was talking.
Oh,
Get your head in the game, aim.
all right. Let me go Paw Paris for 400.
Oh, okay. Joe Dexter says if nobody answers, then nobody loses.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
We'll do that next week. So,
All right. You said potpourri for 400?
yeah, the
Yeah.
Paw Paris.
Oh, yeah, sorry. This 1989 comedy film
Rich.
is starring... Yep.
Do you want the name of the dog or the breed of the dog?
The film.
Turner. What is Turner and Hooch? Great movie. Great dog, too. You've seen that movie, right?
Yes.
Good dog.
I didn't know the dog breed was such an exotic name. It must be from France.
I didn't know that name, but
It
I
said
thought it was.
Dog de Bordeaux, which
Yeah,
probably
I-
means dog of Bordeaux.
Oh,
I didn't know
wow.
that.
Okay. Let's go historic hounds for 3. No, let's do Paw Paris for 300. Let me see if I
All
can
right.
get one more before I screw this up.
Black Dog is a song by what UK-based
Amy.
rock group? Yep.
It's Zeppelin.
Yep.
Yes, dang it.
All right, Mom got
That
a
was
big...
300 points.
Yep, that was a big one there.
Now you get to control the board.
Yeah.
Lose, lose,
Still
lose.
do this, Mom.
All right, let's do historic hounds for 300.
Historic hounds for 300. This dog, known as the hero dog of Vietnam War, shares a name with what famous animated clownfish?
Clownfish.
Amy.
Yep.
We're going to go with Dory. What is Dory?
No way.
That is wrong.
Oh, good
Okay.
grief.
Dory is not a clownfish.
I don't know what kind of fish she
It's
is.
it's the other one.
I'm-
Nemo. Is he a clownfish?
Yep.
Oh,
I didn't
my
get
God.
it right, so don't give me the points. But
Yeah, I know. I just had
you
to-
were on the right track, though. I had no clue. So
Yeah, it was Nemo. Nemo is the name of that dog who did a lot during the Vietnam War. And I saw a photo of him. Apparently, he was he like saved his handler from a lot of situations, but sadly he got shot.
Oh.
He survived, but he only had one eye. He was a German Shepherd.
Oh,
So
my
that
goodness.
dog would the dog receive a Purple Heart?
I
don't
think he
know.
did get an award, like a
Okay.
decoration.
Oh.
All right, 2
Okay.
categories left. What do we got?
Let's go with historic hounds for 400.
All right. This historic hound, named after the capital of Egypt, was sent out on a mission alongside SEAL Team 6.
Boy, if I knew geography, I'd know the capital of Egypt. I could
Yep.
figure it out that way too. But
I don't have a clue.
yeah, Alex Trebark has done a really good job
Yes,
with the
he
questions.
has. Alex Trebark knows his mom is not historically smart. He loves
Yeah.
his stepdad more than he loves his mom,
Hey,
apparently.
it got nothing to do with loving me. I'm just smart. That's all. And I'm not that smart. I'm just a hair smarter than you. Or at least on these categories. See, I wouldn't have got the Nemo one though. Yeah,
Any guesses?
I have no idea. I can't remember the
All right.
capital of Egypt.
I'll let me see if this will get you to not. Okay, it didn't do anything. Do we want to not deduct points? Because I can just.
It
bump
don't matter at this point because
Yeah,
she mathematically
okay.
can't catch me anyway. So, but next week we'll make sure
right.
that we don't do that.
The answer was Cairo.
Cairo.
Oh.
I knew it. It was so easy. I'm like,
Yep.
ah.
I was trying to think of my bingo game of what the town was,
Oh.
but I couldn't remember what it was.
All right, last one. What do we got?
Presidential dogs for 300.
You know, I think next week if we've got somebody watching live, we should have that person play against our dumb butts. I don't think we could win combined.
This founding father had 4 black and tan coonhounds.
Wait, founding father?
Yep.
Oh, so it could be a couple of them though. I'm gonna say Rich, and I'm gonna go with who is George Washington? Yeah.
Oh, my God. What a lucky guess, huh?
Well, founding fathers.
Right.
There's only a couple.
There's
Him or
Thomas Jefferson,
really.
and Ben Franklin. There's a few of them.
But Ben Franklin wasn't a president,
Yeah.
so he
I
wouldn't
think
be
there's
a
like
president.
But he's-
16 total founding fathers, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's, I think maybe 3 of them were presidents. Andrew Jackson, I think, was one as well.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Rich wins 17 to
Yes.
negative
Yeah,
100. Our first round
1,600
of
point
Shepherdy.
win. No, 18. I forgot. You got a negative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
So
going to
is
be
there
my
a
favorite.
now? Can you put doubles in there or?
I don't think I can do daily doubles. So,
Okay,
but
but
I do control the points that you guys get, so I would have to randomly do it in my own brain.
Okay,
Or
but
pick.
maybe we're just doing a little production meeting here on the air. Maybe we could make a little video that you could play, and you know which one you made the daily double.
Yeah.
And then you could just play that video, and it would be like,
Yeah, it would pop up daily
okay,
double.
that'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cool. I definitely think next week if we get somebody watching the show, I want to play against them because I don't think we're going to win very often, even if we did it combined. So, well, that was a lot of fun. Let us know what you guys think. Drop something down in the comments. You can always email us at thebestdogpodcast@gmail.com. And I was going to talk about that in just a moment, but you go ahead because you're the one that's been giving this to. Who you been giving this to?
I've been giving it to Ernie. And
Okay.
you want to explain where we got it
Well,
from?
this for those of you that watched, I believe episode 1. Apologize that the audio wasn't great on the first couple of episodes, but as you guys have seen since episode 4, kind of got it figured out. But there was a gentleman who we bought some shampoo at Bailey's, and we really liked it. Hashtag not a sponsor, but well, technically they're
Right,
not.
yeah.
But they did send us some products after they heard us talk about the shampoo and how much we liked it. And which, by the way, we still have 2 samples. If you would like to try a sample of the shampoo, email us or comment, hey, I want to try the shampoo. We've got 2 samples left. We'll send you a sample. But anyway, so he heard us talking about how our dogs get ear infections quite a bit. And as you guys have learned, as we learn things, it might have been the food we were giving them. Maybe we were supposed to give them cheese or snacks or whatever. So Anyway, some of them get ear infections, and Ernie is always
Yes.
scratching at his ears. So we were like, okay, we know who we're going to test this on. We tested I guess you
Right.
tested it on Ernie.
Yes, so I made sure that Ernie did not have an ear infection when I started it. So because it's an ear wash, it is not a
Medicine.
right, a medication. So I tried it out on Ernest, and we've done it 3 times in the last 2 weeks. And
Well, you're supposed to do it twice a week?
right,
Okay.
yes. So other than putting the drops in his ears, which is for him is a battle.
Yeah.
The first time I had to have Alex hold him, and we put it in, and he instantly showered us both. And then after that, I decided to just kind of wait until he fell asleep in my lap, and Ernie and Alex wasn't around. So I just kind of flipped his ear open and left it that way, and then I just dropped the eardrops in. That's how I've done it the other 2 times.
And he didn't wake up or didn't?
He did, but I just kind of, I had the solution in my right hand, and I kind of pat him with the left hand to keep him relaxed, and I just did it quick.
Okay.
But he has not been scratching his ears.
They look good
that
this
we've
morning.
seen.
I kind of look at their ears
If
once in a
you
while.
flip the ear open and look, he doesn't have any like funky discharge or whatever.
Black dirt
yeah,
even.
right. Yes. And so far it's been pretty good. I like
actually
it.
thought it smelled kind of good. I don't know. It says here on the bottle it's rosemary, calendula, and witch hazel. Alex said he come down all the way and said, "What smells like paint?" I was like, "All right, maybe a little bit," but I thought it just smelled like a strong flower.
Well,
But-
see, the day that the day that the boys came out of their room and said they smelled paint, we also had done the regular ear drops, the medication on Tutu
Okay.
the same day, and also Huey. So Huey, the pug that you just met today, he gets really bad infections, like both ears almost always inflamed. And we actually thought, because of the fact that we changed the food, that was going to help. We've now been through 3 different foods, and he still gets the ear infections. So I'm not sure why he gets them. Maybe it was the fact that we were giving him cheese and we weren't supposed to be. So once I get his ear infection cleared up, we are going to start with him on this as well.
Okay.
And hopefully we will stop going to the vets, because $300 in a month on ear infections was insane.
Yeah. So if you guys would like to try the ear wash or the shampoos, let us know. Do we have any ear wash that we could give away?
We have 1 bottle.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll give away a bottle to somebody that comments on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
But otherwise, you can go to relicpet.com. That's Alex got it up there for you, RELIQ. And they said that they did the IQ instead of IC because the IQ has to do with the technology and stuff that they use in their products. They are, as far as I can tell, they are all natural. They use hardly any. Oh, this is purified water, rosemary essential oil, volcanic minerals, witch hazel, and the calendula. So it's basically flowers and minerals to wash out your dog's ears. So they care a lot about the pets. They care a lot about the. When the guy was telling me about the shampoos, he's like, we don't have all these detergents and it doesn't sit on their skin, so you don't get the hot spots or the rashes or any of that type of stuff because their shampoos are made naturally too.
Yeah.
And it's got that clay that he was telling us about. Well, now that we've got this figured out, we'll have to have him come on the show and talk to us about the shampoo because I love the shampoo.
The shampoo, we've used it now 2 times
Yeah.
on each dog. And, we've got the 5 dogs, and we haven't noticed nearly the itching.
I think Ernie's due for a bath because I saw him itching today on his side a little bit, but that's...
And one thing that our dogs do, I think I mentioned it once before, is they tend to roll outside in the grass. And the yard that we have, where we live, we don't always have grass. So Dexy comes in and will just be a cloud of dust. You can literally pat him and a cloud of dust comes off. And we think it's because his skin was dry, and he hasn't even been doing that.
No, he did. He got dirty one day, but that was it. But that was after you guys did a lot of work out there. He might have just been playing
Right.
and got dirty. But anyway, so if you guys want to leave a comment down below, maybe we'll send you a free bottle of ear wash. Make sure you hit that little bell next to the subscribe on YouTube. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, make sure, like if you're on Spotify, you hit the follow. That way you get notified when we do new shows. because like I've said, we don't know when we're going to do these each week with my truck driver schedule. We go live whenever we can. So if you want to know when we're going live, you want to play the games with us or anything like that, then maybe that's what we'll do. Next week we'll do the Jeopardy game, and if the person beats us, we'll send them one of the
there you go.
one of the items,
That's
a
a
blue
good idea.
gorilla or the maybe we'll do that. So next week, make sure you're in the Facebook group so that you can see when we go live. I usually let you know about an hour, half hour beforehand, and then you can come on, and if you can beat us at the Jeopardy game, then we'll send you something for your
Sounds
pet.
great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm Rich.
I'm Amy.
This is
The Best Dog Podcast.